we should be electing the billionaires in dollars to be Speaker of Parliament. We are not competing on who can give money to the newly elected members of Parliament. That's not the competition. The competition is how do we restore trust in the institution of Parliament. I've got so many proposals, but it is just based on one thing, that my challenge to the incumbents is not a political challenge. It is a moral challenge. So others are using political tools. Mine are moral tools. I'm not challenging anybody politically because politics is based on talking a lot, distributing money, appearing good when however bad you are. It is a game of appearances. Mine is truly what I represent. So it is up to the members of the 12th Parliament to pass a verdict on that moral challenge. Why do I call it a moral challenge? Because I believe in moral power. I don't believe in power for the sake of power. So, power without purpose can only lead to a disaster. The position of Speaker has a lot of power, but it must be linked to a purpose to unify the country, to give a voice to those who are elected, irrespective of their political parties. The moment you have been elected, whether you are red, whether you are green, whether you are yellow, whether you are purple, blue, no matter the color, that is why we call it National Assembly. It is not a delegates conference of any political party. The Parliament is not a delegates conference of a political party. As a matter of fact, the majority of Ugandans don't even belong to political parties. I want to tell you that even those who claim to belong to NRM are only in NRM because NRM is a ruling party. If in party, they will not be there. They go there because they believe that if you don't have the membership card, you may not get PDM money, you may not get money for a myoga. So the government must serve all citizens. You can deny people political offices, but you cannot deny Ugandans service just because they belong to another political party. Now that is a moral question. My candidacy is a moral challenge because power must be our servant. Power must not be our master. When we say somebody is drunk on power, it means power has become their master. Power must be our servant. So my consultations were based on those issues. And that's why the last time I announced that the consultations were over, and now we are taking our message. We want a parliament which is busy, which works for the people. We want to be published at the beginning of Parliament yearly, so that we know. I support the idea of Parliament going to the people, but I support more the idea of the people coming to Parliament. I propose that there must be sessions where the agenda of Parliament is based on public suggestions. The public should suggest that we want Parliament to put this on its agenda. We also need to have sessions where the opposition sets the agenda. Because the opposition is part of Uganda. And unless we are going to divide the country and say those who don't belong to the ruling party, that is your part of the country, so that they move there and set their own country. In order for members of Parliament to take responsibility, there should also be electronic voting. Because nowadays, you find members of Parliament who support certain things, and then later they claim that they never supported it. There is a need for electronic voting, so a member of Parliament will press the button and show that I am either in support or I'm not in support. That will ensure accountability. Members of Parliament should be supported more in terms of research. That will improve the quality of debate. That will give more opportunities to you, the young people, to come and be the researchers in Parliament. When a law is being discussed, Parliament should give opportunity for hearings. The Parliament should announce and say, those who have opinions on this law, please come and register. We give you time to come and give your opinion. We even need the Hansard to be translated into our local languages, so that people can actually know what the members of Parliament are saying. Because the Hansard is in English, it is inaccessible to most people. These ideas are intended to make Parliament truly a people's house. I've thought carefully about this. These ideas I'm giving you are the ideas that are in the letter that I'm going to send to the MPs elect. You know, we are not supposed to campaign, but nothing stops me from writing a letter, sharing ideas. The aim of this is to democratize Parliament. And what do we mean by democratizing Parliament? Parliament must truly reflect the people's will. Some people thought my consultation was merely based on should I contest or should I not contest. That was actually not my main consultation. I hear some people talking in the media that they are mistakenly thinking the consultation was about whether I should contest or not. That is rubbish. The consultation was, what are the issues that matter? What should change in Parliament? That's what the consultation was about. The only qualification to be a candidate for Speaker is to be an MP elect, and I have it. That is the only qualification. So that question was settled. But the consultation was, what needs to be fixed in Parliament? That's what the consultation is about. Because that Parliament doesn't belong to the Speaker. It belongs to Ugandans. It is a House of Representatives. So the citizens of Uganda are the ones who have proposed these ideas. Some of the ideas were very radical. I want you, the media, to go and do research. How many days in a year do you think Parliament actually sits? I want you to go and do research. We should have a minimum of at least 150 days. That will give enough time. The reason why we have these short speeches of 2 minutes is because we don't sit for enough days. If we increase the number of days, then the minutes will also increase. That is simple mathematics. So if you sit for less than 100 days, then that means the minutes that are available are also very few. So as a result, members have to really fight for the floor. They have got to be creative. They have to talk about point of procedure. They have got to talk about point of information. They have got to talk about point of order and things like that. Right now, the floods in Kampala are a big issue. Parliament should be dedicating a day and say, let's talk about these floods. And even hold hearings on floods. I want to see the victims of these floods, those whose shops were washed away, come and give testimony before Parliament. The only people you see giving testimony are us, government officials. So basically we are talking to each other. So Norbert Mao goes before a committee and spends there 2 hours. Then after him, the IGG goes. After him, Inspector General Police goes. When will the guild presidents go to talk about tuition? When will the youth go and talk about employment? You can walk the streets of Kampala with your envelope, with all your degrees, year after year after year, until the sole of the shoe is finished. When it starts looking like, what is this? You know, I've forgotten about polygons, like a trapezium. You know a trapezium? Like this. or a rhombus or a parallelogram. We have experienced that. It is important for leaders to listen to the problems that are going on among the citizens. So I'm the candidate for hope, not the candidate for fear. I'm the candidate of the ordinary person, the people. Most Ugandans actually never used to bother about the position of speaker. This is the first time that Ugandans are beginning to say, wait a minute, that position is actually important, as important. In fact, some of them are even demanding that they wish they could vote for that position in the ballot boxes. Some citizens are saying, let us now have a national election for that position also. The only one for which we may not vote is maybe Chief Justice, because that one is forbiddable. But we vote for the president to run the executive. But we also need somebody who is in touch with the ordinary person, not just the elites in parliament, the elite class, the ruling class.